Hello everybody, welcome to Destiny 2 What If. Now this will be my own personal series. This is the first episode of this series. Hopefully we can keep continuing it, and basically it's going to be all prediction, no spoilers, and it will go into the narrative story for Destiny, going into a plot of what would happen if so-and-so came into it next season. And in this first video, we're going to go over Eramis. Now, I know a lot of you probably are on the thoughts of Eramis returning next season, as I am, and I feel like I wanted to make a video for Season 18, more like just prediction video on why I think she's going to return, what her impact will be with the narrative story going into Season 18, and hopefully her impact going into Lightfall, which is the next Destiny 2 DLC. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could give this a like. As 50 likes, I will do another part 2 to this series, and I want to continue on till August when we get the reveal. I feel like we need to have some kind of little project before we get onto the showcase that we'll see next month, and I wanted to bring you guys with this Destiny 2 What If series that no one really actually have done, and I thought about it for a long time, so hopefully you guys are down for it like I am. But other than that, let's get right into it. Even though Eramis is not as a major character as Savathun, she was a minor character before Beyond Light. Beyond Light had her as a real focus of being the next villain, and we pursued her at Europa, and it, of course, destroyed her council, and technically was trying to kill her, but as many people know, at the end of the Beyond Light campaign, Eramis got encased in stasis ice at the end of the story. And since Bungie didn't explicitly show her die, many Destiny 2 fans, including me, assumed that she may come back. This is also backed up by game mechanics, which dictate that stasis keeps those entrapped inside alive. So there's many things I want to say right off the bat, but I don't want to bore you, that I already think Eramis is still alive. She, of course, was pointed out to be still alive. Bungie made a Destiny 2 Christmas tweet a while back that said, what if she, unfroze, basically, and that was already a tease that they were already thinking about unfreezing her sometime, even though it's been 2 years since Beyond Light really released. And I already believe that she's going to come back next season, or Season 19, to, of course, rally against, not with us, but against us, with the Witness, Callus, and Xethorath when Lightfall is released. With, of course, Rolf being one of the major disciples that we killed in the Vow of the Disciple raid, the Witness is going to need disciples if he is going to prepare a huge bombardment to the Traveler and to the last city in Lightfall, and already succeeding with Callus being a harbinger of the second collapse that I definitely will we'll probably see with Lightfall. We can bet that the Witness is not going to stop there and rally more disciples against us, as we already know that Keitel and Mithrax is allied with us, and we eventually will probably see Savathun allied with us, and then that will be like the final shape against, of course, Callus, Xethorath, and Eramis. So it'll be really cool to see an Eramis-Mithrax showdown. But Eramis is definitely not a big villain in a lot of people's eyes. She's not like a major villain. But we could definitely see more of her story be plotted out more, and with the Witness giving, of course, reviving her, you know, she's going to be more scaled to side with the Witness, the darkness, and all that, and then, of course, against us. And then when she finds out that Mithrax and the Elixni has been under our tower for about a year or so, just been like allied with us, the Splicers, the House of Light, she's gonna lose her mind, to be honest with you guys. And that's a big thing right there. Mithrax and Eramis, definitely a duel between them will be a one I would love to see in a 4K cutscene right off the bat when I log in one week. But Eramis is not a big villain, and of course when you fought her, we of course used the power of stasis against her. You could already see that Eramis had a sliver of health left. and that was already teased off the spot that she might be alive. Of course, with Savathun, we did get a cutscene, but we did see her die in that. We didn't really see a cutscene of Eramis die. We only saw that Eramis was froze with stasis, and of course, to the lore and to other things, that stasis only keeps the alive, keeps encases them that are still alive. So of course, and she's still alive, guys. Just putting it out there. If you don't believe me, go and read 6 other tweets. She's alive. I know it. But of course, with Beyond Light, it was the beginning, pointed out, of the Dark Trilogy type of thing. The beginning of the end. Of course, everyone's going to say that with, of course, the Witch Queen, with Lightfall, and basically with the final shape. But when Beyond Light did launch, it started off the trilogy of these next darker expansions that will harness the power of the darkness, that will finally pick a side, will finally know the truth. That was one of the big things with, of course, the Witch Queen. And going into Lightfall and the final shape, we're going to see all of this come together. And what Bungie plans is that we want to keep villains, of course, and marking on more releases. They want to keep intact throughout the story. That's why I definitely think Savathun, with Amaro still alive, will be resurrected anytime in Lightfall or the final shape to, of course, be on our side against Zidor Wrath. And we, of course, are going to probably speculate all the way till then when she'll come back, but I definitely believe that they don't want to just kill off one of the villains that they've been planning for years, which was Savathun, the God of Cunning, and then just kill her off in her own expansion. I definitely believe she'll be pointed out for more expansions later on and allied against, with us against the darkness. And of course, Callus, of course, who's against us, and then we have Keitel as an ally. But Eramis is definitely a big villain that I could see be resurrected. And furthermore, just pointing this out, Bungie recently resurrected 2 of its villains, Nokris and Tannix. Tannix was resurrected many times, and it's just a meme at this point, with a raid, with a nightmare, and just everything, and that's just how he is. And Nokris was, of course, killed in his own strike back on Year 3 in Mars, well, Year 1 basically in Mars, the Strange Terrain, and then was brought back in Season of Arrival. So technically, Bungie could thus revisit old antagonists, and I feel like the directors of Destiny had also stated that the team wants to focus on the existing cast of characters for this time before, you know, making new people, making new characters in the story at the very end. It's going to be really hard to really make new characters going forward. Like, of course, Finch was alright. Of course, the Hive Ghost, and of course Savathun, like, that was planned for that expansion. But adding a lot of more characters in the Lightfall and the final shape is going to be a bit too much sometimes, maybe, because you won't have a huge narrative story brought up. I like how Bife said a while back that Savathun will be more of a villain than Eramis did, because she wasn't teased as much as Savathun was behind, like, the wheels of everything back revealed with the Taken King expansion, while Eramis was just teased back in, like, the 0 Hour mission, and that's all we got of her. So going into, of course, going into Lightfall, going into Season 18, if we do get an Anna, Rasputin type season, going over the war mines, getting ready for the big battle that we're probably going to get our asses kicked in, I could definitely see Zidor Wrath and Eramis be disciples of the Witness. I feel the Witness now is going to mark on new disciples. Now that Rolk is killed, he needs to get people ready. He needs to get an army ready to fight us in Lightfall, and of course in the final shape. It's going to be a real awesome 2 expansions, couple of seasons going up to this point, guys. This is really how it's going to be that intense. This is going to be like the most intense time in the saga for the last 10 years, and then we'll finally finish off this awesome saga and prepare for the next one in like 2025, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be a while then. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for today's What If video. I want to continue this, and I want to do it daily, hopefully. But yeah, 50 likes, and we'll continue this series for another video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts on Eramis and what you think, that if she's going to return or not. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.